And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to bring you the last map of the EU side of things today for the CEVO MLG Season 7 Pro League here. We got VP taking on Nip. Nip taking, a respectably close game. I mean, it wasn't like a crazy one-sided game. 16-10 on Cash. We now are on Overpass. It'll be VP starting on the CT side, Nip over on the Terrace side, and this one, kind of a toss-up to me. I mean, both teams don't necessarily favor this map a whole heck of a lot. They don't play it a lot in offline play, so I'm not really sure what to expect going forward.
Well, what we can count on right now is that NIP have a man advantage on the pistol round, on the T side, and are up the map, right? So if we consider that, there was a high chance that these maps could have been split, and if VP were to take Cash, they most likely take Overpass. I think there might be an opportunity here for NIP to come away with a round. And wow, that's a very successful long take. Freebird getting a kill on long and bathrooms by himself.
Yeah, I mean, just getting the good favorable frags are at the upper park area. Now they're kind of shifting back as the bomb's actually waiting outside B this whole time. But I mean, Bialy's in a 1 versus 4. Nip going to just kind of, traverse themselves over to the stairs. I'm just going to go ahead and split B, and that bomb is going to get planted for sure, and they're going to get the victory here. So this is going to be tough as only 1 kill came in for VP, so they could still use that to maybe go up for that scout armor type buy. Oh, Bialy got a second frag there for himself as well, so you could see the scout come out to play on somebody and like pistol armor on the rest of the board, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Snacks will get the scout, and we should see pistol armor on everyone else as well.
Yeah, somewhat. If they wanted to save for an up, maybe someone could just not buy, but
yeah, both players who got kills will get scouts and pass them along.
Yeah, so kind of investing heavily into this round. We'll need to do economic damage. We'll need to try and not let the bomb go down. I mean, it's yeah, excuse me. Try to stop the bomb from going down. I mean, that would probably mean winning the round, but there is another. I mean, if you are able to die before the bomb goes down, that does really benefit you a lot. But in this situation, I think they will save whatever armor they do have left over. And one of the benefits to stacking like they're doing right now is that if you choose the wrong site, then you can just come away like on CT side, save all of your weapons and your armor, and just thinking about next round and just try not to die on this round. NIP have a lot more to lose looking for Virtus.pro, who are going to be sitting in situations that are most likely going to be favorable to them, but are actually taking a lot of duels right now with the money they've invested and are all falling apart. Scouts and armors, though, I feel like really need to save.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. These scouts could still be very beneficial next round to try to take another stab at Nip and do some damage. But, Snacks getting spotted. Freiburg going to give chase here, but that's the crossfire. Pasha kind of waiting for that. He will now collect an AK because of it. And we will see, the AK being recycled here by Pasha, and of course Snacks still holding on to that scout. So they'll be able to pose somewhat of a threat next round, but Nip still definitely poised to kind of get the 3-0 start here.
Yeah, if VP were able to save all that armor, I mean, they would not buy this round anyway. They would have a much better chance to win it, and, they were not going to win that round on a retake. They didn't spend money on kits. So I think it was in the best interest to just save all of the guns that they could. I mean, going for AKs would be pretty good, obviously. If you could have AK armor for the next round, that would be beautiful, but I guess it ran that risk, and it didn't pay off. Now, most players are going to be pushed over to B once again. This could be somewhat of a good read. Bialy, only with a P2K here, is going to be trying to lock down the tunnels. The Snacks is spamming back against Alu out into water, and Taz is somewhere in the smoke, really close to the bomb.
Right, as the bomb is going to get planted here. VP just with 3 members left right now. Taz, oh, he's playing so ninja. He will get the kill there on the forest, and he'll collect an AK for his troubles. And he will be able to find the other frag on the Freiburg as well. So he's at least getting some guns down, trying to do a little bit of damage here, trying to let Netsukami not get, too out of control. But the chances to win this round are pretty much slim to none here, as he's still looking for more kills right now. Nip keep attacking into Taz in the pit. They will eventually bring him down and stop him from saving that AK, at least. But Pasha will definitely hold on to his here deep inside the park area. And there you have it. Nip off to the 3-0 starts. Pasha able to save the AK, however, and they'll be able to get their full buy-in next round. And like I said, at least getting some exits and forcing some rebuys has kept Netsukami from getting too crazy, though it is still quite powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really good run from Taz. Any economic damage this early on is going to do a world of good for the other team. And VP able to save a gun there means that Basha is going to have a lot of money. So if they wanted to buy again or they drop a weapon, he's going to be able to pick up that op, which can be super effective on a map like Overpass, which really rewards locking down those long lanes like long A and B. You can even off bathrooms. I mean, there's definitely a lot of options for an offer on this map.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's also a lot of options to be just really aggressive down this lower park and into stairs on the CT side as well. But you can kind of see Pasha and company being a bit more passive, just playing boosted, just watch people to walk out of that ladder room up into the lower park. Meanwhile, Nip, you know, kind of just slowly working up that ladder, so they may eventually run into this boost that Snacks has. And so he may be able to get kind of a free frag. Plus, you can also check this window area and kind of check for people pressing into bathrooms from the lower park as well. So a very powerful spot he has there. As Nip seems to be gathering up outside B, however, with this bomb, and they may be looking to split this B bomb site. And as you can see, Snacks and Pasha have fallen off of their stack, just falling deeper into the A bomb site so they can be quick rotators to B, if in fact that is where the take takes place.
Yeah, I think the only thing they were afraid of was that long control wasn't theirs, and so with that boost, we're running the risk of being in awkward positions to defend or help their teammate in A. But NIP really just not showing any presence over there or getting in their heads, and now have this close-up spot where Bialy's gonna be locking down this long B tunnel from a very powerful angle. Taz also gonna be peeking up towards Cat. Will find a pick for himself and drop the bomb, and this crossfire is working out beautifully. Oh, 3 players going down, and Exist goes down as well. What a hold.
Yeah, what a hold. And it really does boil down to the fact that because VP was playing so aggressive, they were able to basically know that nothing was going on at A for a very long time and allowed them to fall back to A. And that's such a quick rotation from A to B. I mean, you just drop down to CT spawn and you basically have rotated. I mean, that's it. And I mean, they had some smokes like on the wood plank, like between like lower CT into the site, as well as a smoke inside the window, but it did nothing to affect the players playing long B or playing like up close on sandbags. You know, those players weren't really, you know, blocked out by any type of smokes or anything like that. So they're just able to kind of hold on to that quite well. Once again, Snacks going from this boost again. We'll see if this time it comes to fruition. Looks like a lot of people are playing the upper park, and no one's really watching. That's like the one risk that VP takes here is they kind of give up upper park for free. And it allows like Nip to take control of this, and unless Neo spots it out, which he is kind of jump spotting it from the truck, that's kind of the other big thing that can catch him.
Yeah, and it was even when they didn't, you know, they gave it up and NIP didn't take it, they still kind of psyched themselves out. But oh, Snack's gonna pull off that boost once again, and it was early enough into the round that Exist got punished, having no idea about what's going on. Alu gonna be spotting long over the truck here just to see if anyone's jump spotting, I think, so that if they wanted to take it, they know that they would be spotted. And yeah, a split A looks imminent, but with 3 players postured over towards here, that's going to be difficult. Pasha spotting over the top of his teammate in the site.
The way VP plays this CT side overpass, they're able to keep 3 at A for such a long time, and they get so much information based on how they play. Nip going to try to see if they can't smash their way into it. They do have some decent set smokes that they're going to be throwing here. Alu is going to be able to catch Snacks there at the upper park. Some good smokes go down, blocking off the truck player from being able to spot people crossing into the site, and they will just try to use these smokes to plant to the stairs to try to fall back into bathrooms and post plant from there. So really good smokes here from Nip, and Alu just going nutty right now. 3 frags on the round. As it's just going to be all up to Bialy now. 1v3 trying to come into the site here from the stairs. And Nip just, you know, playing far back. You know, they have that post plant towards the bathrooms, and they'll just play it. Bialy taps the bomb, hoping someone will peek him. Forrest does edge his way out ever so slightly, but he can't win that gunfight. And so Nip will take it 4-1. As that was a pretty decisive A hit there. Even though VP had decent positioning, some great smokes, pretty much blocked all of them out.
Yeah,
and that's like with the updates on this map, that's one of the most dangerous things you can do on this map on the A side is make that forward plant with all that smoke cover.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's crazy because that plant is on not only the default plant but also the best plant on the site. It's the open plant. It's the easiest one to get to, and it's standard. And if you can hold long, you can hold bathrooms, and no one's on the flank. It's just impossible to hold it.
Yeah, I mean, all you need is
take it.
All you really need is one smoke on either side of the double yellow boxes inside the site, between like truck and the double yellow boxes, and then the wall and the boxes, and then you just have another one by truck and you win. And this is just kind of a save round for.
No, they had. They had
They had a lot
bought.
of guns. They
Yeah,
did.
they all
I see
spent
the
their money.
5-7 on Bialy.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so they
they're all
kind of force buy
$0.
here. Yeah, the force buy not panning out at all. Actually, I
Completely
missed that. My
destroyed it
fault.
long. Um, yeah, just gave up long control and annihilated. I mean, NIP just came out really quickly. I don't think VP were expecting that after kind of the slower play that we've seen them do on some of these previous rounds. And now, again, have all the options in the world. Are just going to try to avoid a two-man stack here, as that's your best opportunity to win a round. If you have only 2 players left versus 5, is stick them both in the site and see if you can um, come out with a really nuts crossfire. But Taz does find a pick at the cost of quite a bit of health and is spotted.
Oof.
Also gets pieced.
Yeah, as Bialy will be able to pick up this 1 versus 4 here. He will get the peek out onto Forest, but he will be met with Alu there, who will finish him off. And so it is now Nip with the commanding lead, 5-1. And I mean, as you said, I was kind of mentally out of it that round, apparently, but that was like a force buy from VP that they could not convert, and now they have nothing left. I mean, they have to take a full save here, and so Nip have a very good opportunity to go ahead and extend that lead 6-1, and it also benefits them because they do have a few players who themselves don't have a whole lot of money, so a round like this might allow them to kind of catch back up if they can, you know, avoid having the rebuy with a comfortable victory in this round, which is very possible due to the fact that VP have nothing to really work with here.
Yeah, and shutting down that stairs means that they're going to try to split B relatively quickly. They can work into the site. One player peaks, so they might assume that there's only maximum one player in the site. But Bialy gets 2 frags. Very nice P250 headshots. Great work with that pistol.
Oh yeah, that's definitely big. Freiburg going to be cutting off rotations here at the stairs, so he will catch Pasha trying to flank through Squeaky Door, so it's just Snacks and Taz left. But Bialy did do a lot of damage to that 250, and Forrest taking a lot of heat here from Snacks. He's down to 28. And Get Right also getting taken down pretty low. In fact, now he'll be gone as Taz will find him here from window. So this is not the comfortable victory that Nip wanted. And in fact, it comes down to a 1 versus 1 that Snacks could win because I think he'll pick up an AK. But Freiburg will catch him on the side anyway. And so Nip do win the round, but at a huge cost. I mean, as we were saying, a couple of their players didn't have the most money. So forcing a lot of rebuys here on some of these guys do take down some of their players decently low, at least exist anyway, though the other people seem to have recovered quite well. Well, no, now with that buy from Forrest, yeah, Forrest exists pretty low on money. So is Alu. So, I mean, a win here from VP could maybe take a hit on Nip's economy.
Yeah, I mean, the real problem is that they just seem to be getting destroyed on any time. Any round that they're able to buy rifles. And a trade comes out, the bomb is down. If he's able to get this kill, that could be huge, and he does. And Taz comes out to trade as well, so the bomb is once again in control of Virtus.pro. They have stairs, and they have it in stairs, which is a really nice place to have it.
And this is the other really big play you can make on CT side, is you see a lot of teams will do this, get really aggressive on the stairs early, and the timing, CTs actually do typically beat Terrace there. Yeah. Especially if Terrace are trying to push all the way to the door. CT's definitely beat you there on that point. And it's a good point of contention to have, and it worked out well for VP this round.
Yeah, that was a great hold from Niho. And Alu's going to be working around, trying to find a pick. Once again, any trade right now is favorable for NIP as Virtus.pro's economy is abysmal. And Alu walking right behind a player. Does he not see someone? Or is that a player underneath him? I guess it was.
Right. So VP winning that round, and that was big because, like I said, this puts, you know, Nip's economy in not the best spot. They do have enough on a couple of their players to maybe drop, but it looks like they're just going to drop Tech 9s instead. They're going to just play it conservatively here, save their money, and, you know, just play with the Tech 9s. And a couple of flashes here on Get Right, and that's pretty much the only nades they have. 1 AK on Freiburg. So it looks like maybe Get Right will just kind of flash Freiburg into something maybe, and they'll just try to play off of that.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well have just thrown him an Eagle and save themselves the cost of Pasha. Pasha getting full flash here is going to get punished, caught out in the middle of balcony, and Neo sprays down too while Snacks helps him out. And that turned out to be very successful. I thought it was going to get ugly as soon as Pasha went down instantaneously, but now Freiburg, the only man left with an AK and a Dream, has the bomb within his reach, but has to deal with 4 players who are definitely looking for him. Actually finds one right away, and everybody else is on a bad rotation. I mean, I want to say this is winnable in the weirdest way.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Freiburg does have a manageable 1v3, I guess. He's got a lot of time left, and Snacks is down pretty low on HP. But, I mean, at the very least, he has the potential to do a lot of economic damage here to Virtus.pro off of a round where Nip didn't invest a crazy amount into it. And VP's economy very, very fragile. As you can see, a lot of their players down to just barely over 1,000 or below. And so, like, the more damage that Freiburg can do, I mean, it's going to be, like, pivotal. If he can continue to do this here, as he will kind of make his way through the bathrooms. He did spot one in the A site. There's going to be Bialy, and he will find that frag on the Bialy. There is going to be one to his left, that upper part, but he's going to check it. Oh, just barely misses out. Taz getting away with that with just 19 HP, and Snacks was pretty low at 5, so Freiburg almost played his way into that, but he still does do a significant amount of damage here, forcing a lot of rebuying on a VP, and look at this, so many of them down to so little money. A win here from Nip would be devastating.
Yeah, I mean, Nip already have met their quota on this half. I mean, they've got 6 rounds. They get any more rounds, they're going to be ecstatic. And the fact that they have so many rounds left to work with means even more to them. It's definitely on Virtus.pro to once again try to make the most of their economy, which they had such a hard time doing on cash. I mean, on the overpass, it's even more devastating. But that being said, T-side rounds aren't that difficult to come by with the new meta and with how easy it is to take A these days.
Yeah, I mean, the updates...
really, really bad spot right now. They know where he is. He's stuck in bathrooms.
He's still able to find one frag there on Exist. Steps out, finds a second, so he turned that situation still into a plus for him, and now VP just storming through right now. Just leaving Freiburg once again all alone. Very deja vu moment to last round, except it's even a bit harder because there's 4 players left instead of just 3.
I think it was... Wait, was it 1v3?
Maybe.
I think he got like the 4th right away or something.
Oh, okay, maybe so.
It's like Neo jumping around in bathrooms. Yeah.
He does, I think, spot Stacks here at Upper Park, and Stacks will take him down right away, though. And so, VP holding on here. Like you said, Nip does have a decent lead. And this map still does trend pretty CT-sided, though. Yes, there has been some updates to the map that have at least made A bit easier to get into and get bomb plants, for sure. But it's still a map where you expect to get a good amount of rounds on the CT side, and so far VP have been struggling to do that.
Yeah, but again, the key point is to, when you get rifles, win those rounds so that you can put the terrorists on save, which is your goal, and to save on CT side is just a huge disaster. I mean, on T side, when you save, you can jump in, explode, get 2 entries, win a round. On CT side, you've got to call the right stack. You know, you can't really dictate the pace of the round, and so it's much more difficult. And here we have a grouping towards B, but also some rotates coming out. Information is getting pushed on the other side of the map, and it's going to be difficult to get in the site with without some early entries.
Yeah, because I mean, when these teams have played head-to-head in the past at Basic Stage 1, it was VP was able to get the 16-5 win over NIP on Overpass, but that was based on the fact that they were able to pull off 11 rounds on the CT side in the first half and then kind of close out on T side. But here, in this game, it's a completely different story. They're only at 4, or now 5 rounds, excuse me, on the CT side, and so it's just not quite, that's what they kind of on this map to be able to beat Nip. Is having a good, strong CT side to open, but they haven't been able to do that quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think VP, if they 9-6 it, are going to feel good because they got 9 rounds. They're going to feel bad because they could have gotten so many more. But at the same time, I mean, NIP really did earn those rounds and did beast through those entries. Get Right actually leading this fight into B, takes so much damage, ends up falling off, but was unable to make any waves happen at B, and is going to rotate around to Cat and get punished immediately. And now, are they just getting picked apart? It looks like Snacks is going to push and get the bomb down, running through a molly, but there are players right behind him, and that's really awkward.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I know that we'll talk about this in a second here, so we're going to finish off this round. Nip with 3 players left up to VP's 4, as they do have pretty good control here. I mean, Snacks clearing out the stairwell all the way, kind of flanking all the way through all of that, so a lot of information gained there. As he will pop up and try to check the balloons area, and he will find Alu immediately. Great headshot there onto him, leaving just Forrest and Exist left. And they're split up right now. Exist is going to be outside B, the bomb, going to be on the back of Forrest, who is still over towards the bathrooms in Lower Park. And so you might see Exist try to come through Squeaky Door and kind of sync up with Forrest here. But Snacks is on a flanking mission right now.
Yeah. Exist looking to make a play as he doesn't have the bomb. He's the loose man on the map, and Virtus.pro is relatively spread out, but the information that they do have is very valuable. This is going to get punished from this CT side of the map in B, and Forrest is going to lead up with a flash. They know exactly where he is, but he's going to need to find an entry to get the bomb down. He cannot do that. So VP do come away with another very decisive round. It's their 5th in a row, and on most of these rounds, they've kept the majority of their teammates alive. So these are all good signs. I mean,
oh yeah,
overall,
I mean it's definitely a big turnaround for them on the CT side. You know, they were struggling to win rounds for one, and when they did, they were losing lots of guns, and their economy was quite fragile. But as you said, streaking these last 5 rounds, they're looking much sharper here on the CT side now, and they've been able to establish an economy. And so they're in position to maybe close out this half 9-6, and they're at least going to get 7 probably off the back of this round.
Yeah.
So recovering quite well.
They will have to survive this one, though, which is a force-up, or not a force-up, a half-buy from NIP, who did spend a little bit of money on head armor, but it looks like VP are going to stave off the rush well enough, doing a lot of early damage and keeping their players alive. Now there are only 3 men left. Pushing into the site, Taz finds a very important pick. It's traded back instantly, though, and okay, Snacks gets the important kill of the half. Actually, Freiberg gets the bomb down, though. Critical.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, getting the money there, but VP will still close out the round at least. They lose 2 players in their process, so their economy's still not going to get too dampened by it. And they will make it now 7-6 here in favor of VP. As you kind of wonder, though, if maybe they still suffered too much. Like I said, when we see them successful on this map, it's usually off the back of having good CT sides, you know, double-digit CT sides. And here they're not going to get that no matter what. Right. Even if they went out, they'll still be a couple of rounds short of what they're used to getting on the CT side. Not to say they're incapable of playing T-side. They had like a really big T-side against TSM at Face It Stage 1, where I think they got like 9 rounds off their T-side in a victory against TSM on Overpass. So it's not as if it's unheard of for them to have a good T-side on this map, but you're used to seeing them have a better performance on CT side here, and so that could be a bit worrisome.
Wow, Alu gets 2 frags. Oh, those are amazing. He sprayed to run away and then turned around and one-tapped someone and turned back around with barely any ammo, got a 2nd kill, and Force is really low, but wow, his job is done on that round. That was quite great. Now
that's tough to swallow if you're Virtus.pro right there. I mean, I didn't want to steal your thunder as you were talking about it quite well, but I mean that was just wow. Yeah. I mean that's all you can really say about it. That's like really, really big, and all of a sudden now VP are on the verge of not even maybe winning this half. If they drop this round, there's a chance that Nip could take it. As Bialy on a decent flank, though, up the stairs. He definitely could break this round back open for his team if he's able to come off with a couple of quick frags. But, oh, no, he checked his teammate's dead body on the close right.
He gave it a double take, too.
He was like, wait a second. Then Freiberg just takes his head off, giving free haircuts over here, opening up the barber shop for Nip inside the stairwell, giving out bowl cuts all day long if you're a fan of the Dust Bowl here. But anyway, we are going to see Nip get here into the side. They're going to get that bomb planted, and it's going to be all up to Snacks. 1v3 from the upper park, and he will come around. He does spot exist, but man, it's just going to be too quick as this puts it right between the eyes there. And so it's 7 all at this point, and it was off the back of really Alu getting that big 2K at the beginning, as you were talking about, and then obviously Freiberg kind of catching that unfortunate frag at stairs on Bialy, who was like staring at a dead teammate as he was coming up the stairs, and that was unfortunate as well.
Yeah.
So Nip winning out the round there.
Again, the team I guess that was a situation where it wasn't really about who made less mistakes. Alu just got 2 kills he just was not supposed to get, but with beautiful shots. There's no other way to look at it. Can't really fault Virtus.pro in that situation. And ooh, Forrest takes an opper down. That's a huge frag on the round. Oh, yeah. NIP has the man advantage in a situation where both teams are looking to win the half.
Yeah, and we're going to see Neo trying to get us over the door. He will cause at least enough of the distraction for Taz to pop out at the corner, and he'll find 2 frags. So, while he didn't find any kills, like I said, causing that distraction, allowing Taz to get 2. So kind of an inadvertent assist, if you will, though he did no damage. That door opening did quite a lot. And so now it's just going to be Nip 2v3. They are kind of spread out, but we do see Get Right catching back up with Forrest here. He's going to be bringing that bomb upper park, while Forrest will be playing here from the bathrooms. As that flash comes in, does flash Snacks. Snacks jump peeking. Forrest going to spot him, so at least has that information. And Snacks is going to be able to maybe start calling for a rotation here pretty soon. Get Right bringing the op up upper park. Snacks will get the kill on the Forrest, though, so it's going to be all up to Get Right. Oh my goodness, the headshot midair on the Snacks right before he falls back behind the truck. That is an insane shot from Get Right.
Oh, he's
And
primary.
if you weren't, if yeah, about to say if you weren't like a normal CS:GO fan, that was your first round you ever watched the Counter Strike, you would think Get Right was a primary op with a shot like that, but not quite the case. As
Oh
now
my
he's going to try to
God.
sneak
Yeah, he thinks
around.
that he's spotting it, but he's not.
Get Right is going to be able to at least probably get the bomb planted now, but they do hear this, so they're going to be able to quickly jump on top of him for the
Oh,
retake. But the wait a second.
can he plant? Oh, he can.
Yeah, he can plant. It's just, is he gonna be able to hold off this retake? That's gonna be the question. He does spot one over here towards window, but just steps out a bit too far. BI finds the headshot, and VP will at least secure the half. But like we said earlier, we're so used to seeing VP in some of their overpass victories being able to get those 11, 12 rounds on CT side, and not being able to get it here. They're only getting 8. But as we also said, or at least I did, it's not unheard of that they can't get rounds on this map T side. They were able to do it against TSM at Face at stage 1, so we know they can. But they really, it's more often than not the CT side kind of helping them out, and they didn't. I don't think they got enough there. I think they would have wanted a couple of more at least.
Yeah, for sure. The chat just catching up. And I'm glad I had my diaper on for that shot because I just peed my pants.
Oh man, I always have my diaper on.
Just in case you're watching Get Right play CS:GO.
Well, I mean, when you know you're about to watch like 2 elite level teams, and when I say elite level teams, I mean I would probably rank NiP maybe 3rd or 4th in the world right now, and then I would probably say
3rd or 4th in the world.
Yeah, I mean 3rd and 4th rank in the world, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I mean like both of them. I don't even know actually.
I would probably put
I was wondering where 5th.
6th.
Okay, where's TSM on your list? I'm really not just.
Probably 2nd or 3rd.
They're still killing it, huh?
I mean, Fnatic's clearly #1 still. There's no doubt there.
Yeah.
Then TSM making a case for 2nd, 3rd, maybe kind of fighting out Envious for that 2nd, 3rd spot. Then I think NiP's right behind those 2 teams. And then after that, it's teams like, VP, Navi, Titan. All those teams kind of come afterwards, in my opinion.
Oh, Get Right has 3 kills. This just happened the other day too. I was casting a Mirage match. And Get Right was making plays. He had like 2 rounds to his name, 1v2s, getting kills with like 10 HP, clutching rounds. And then by the end of the half, we saw that he had by the end of the match, he had like 12 kills, while all his teammates had like 20 kills. And I was talking him up the whole time. It's just he gets those really crazy shots and important kills. But coming into this round, it's going to start off with 1 more of his own.
Yeah, and Freiburg and Forrest chiming in as well with some damage. Freiburg with 2 there, leaving Pasha all alone in a 1 versus 3 with no HP. He'll pick up the USP. He's got 14 hit points here. The bomb is down inside the A site. He's got a lot of time, but not a lot to work with. He does spot Alu there in the site. That'll be the last thing he spots, as Alu will take him down. And there you have it. Now we're all tied up at 8 all. NiP for the opportunity to take that 10-8 lead, unless VP can, fit in a Forest Fire or Nico here. And this could maybe spell trouble for VP. This could maybe be the 2-0 victory for NiP.
Yeah, looking like they almost don't even want to. Actually, we're just talking about what they wanted to buy instead, and Pasha's actually going to favor a scout here. I don't know if that means they're still going to want to do something fast. He's going to be splitting off to A while they posture long B and are actually going to push through a smoke at Cat, which they will have no problem getting through. 3 players in the site, though. It's going to be the biggest issue.
You see VP trying to work themselves into some type of B split here, but so far they're getting kind of held off by some spam and some counter incendiaries here from NiP, and now smoke will go off from Freiburg as well to hold off that short B. But he will peek out. There's like a little bit of a gap on the smoke, and he'll use it to his advantage. Finds 2 quick kills there. Falls back, but unable to get away. But that's okay. Get Right and Exist will chime in and make it not matter, as Pasha just left all alone here with the scout, and he'll just try to save this now, of course, as NiP will go up 9-8.
Yeah. We almost see we almost never see Virtus.pro opt to save on the second round, though. It's becoming harder and harder to win that second round. I wonder if that buying pattern will change for them at some point, or because the other thing is that like if they constantly do it, then it's going to just get telegraphed and the teams will buy the necessary equipment. Whereas if there's a team that might not spend that money or is just known to save on the second round, they like going for full buy situations, then they might catch someone off guard with a full buy. But if you do it every single time and it's really, really hard to do, it's like I feel like a 20% play these days to buy and win the second round. with post tagging update and Tech 9 slight Tech 9 nerf and all that stuff. It's becoming a little bit more difficult to just win around because you have Tech 9s, though. It is entirely
Right.
possible.
It used to be like almost an instant win or a really high percentage chance to win with
Yeah.
the Tech 9 buy, and now it's just not the case. And as you said, some teams not really keying in on that in their buying pattern. I think the biggest example would be like Simphus-led teams like Nihilum, who still really do kind of force buy the Tech 9s and like second rounds or even deeper into the half and like just force buying Tech 9s, and it's just not as successful anymore. But regardless, Nip, really jumping out ahead now at this point is they have a great opportunity to have a really big game here. I mean, they got that win on Cash 16-10, a very powerful map for VP. They took them down on it, so that was definitely a big play there. And now in this particular game, they're about to go up 10-8, and they're going to be on the CT side of Overpass from here on out, and that's a great opportunity for them to maybe close out this game quickly.
Certainly. Whoa, Pasha. It just sends Get Right back in time with a scout headshot. And any kill is nice right now, as the rest of the players on NIP have guns that you would use on any round, and that would mean complete rebuys here. So there is a player they want to sniff out, and that's Forrest. He is very low, and they're super close to him. I mean, if Bialy comes around this corner and clears it completely, ooh, he will get the kill, but doesn't, and Forrest ends up getting both of them.
Dang, man, that laser accuracy right there. I mean, I know it was up close, but you would think with it being so close and him having such low HP, one of them would be able to get him, but no, he just fits the 2 headshots, and that's it. And so now it is going to be 10-8, Nip in the lead. We do see VP with their first full buy, but they still have Pasha on just the scout. And AKs across the board and everyone else, however, and they do have, a decent amount of nades here. So we'll see what they can come up with, as we are going to see Alu and Forrest getting, aggressive here on the upper park. Alu going to be kind of backing up Forrest as he presses as close as he can, and he'll actually get, up to this rock here. And the rest of the team is over at B, so a little bit of a different emphasis here. Nip really emphasizing B rather than A. And Neo is going to catch Force over there at the upper park, get that pick that forces Get Right to rotate back around to the A-bomb site, and Alu forced to fall back off of upper park. And, now VP has the opening pick. They have some map control here at upper, and they could do a lot with this.
Yeah. For Free Bears just still has control of the stairs, though. Get Right is actually... Is he pushing through the smoke? He is actually going to, and will most likely catch someone off guard in this situation.
He might catch 2.
Yeah. That will be a hard one to come back from, and yeah, now he has control of the bomb. He's going to spot a second player in the late call, I think.
Yeah, really late there. Pasha should have been way more alert to that. Now Bialy will get smoked off from the bomb, so Get Right is making a brilliant individual effort. We were talking earlier how he had kind of a tough map so far on the T side, but he came through big in this round with the hat trick. He puts Exist in an opportunity to maybe win this thing 1 versus 2 now. Unfortunately, the rest of the team kind of faltered while Get Right was making all those plays, but Exist is still up. He's spotting the cross, and he catches Bialy. That's the bomb down. And now it's just going to be up to Taz. He will collect the bomb. He will definitely get the bomb plants. Exist will shift his way over to Upper Park and collect an AK. Oh, no, maybe not. He keeps the FAMAS for now. Taz will go play in the park.
Is this bomb planned for him? I mean, he might have to assume it is. Oh, okay.
It is planted for Taz for sure. Taz just hiding out, waiting for that tap of the bomb. Oh, he just gets caught with the smoke out, but it's okay. He gets away with his life, and now he's just going to stick it maybe? Throws a flash. Taz not even checking it. Oh, finally, right at the very end, spans the smoke and finds the headshot, and what a close round, though. I mean, VP started out so great. They got the opening pick, had some great back control, but didn't get right. Just individually comes up with 3 really big kills and kind of brings Nip back into a situation where they might be able to win. It comes down to a 1v1 with Exist, but unfortunately, Exist just didn't quite get it.
Yeah, that was a really nice 1v1 from Taz, who had low HP. I think if Exist knew he had very low HP, I mean, if he knew where he was, he would have just stood there, spotted the bomb, and would have won the round. But try to make a play, not knowing exactly where he was. So Taz acting on that mystery, made the best play he possibly could and won the round very low. And now VP are within 1 of equalizing, won a very crucial round, but barely did so, and still have a scout and a Galil to their name with very low nades, like almost none. 3 smokes and 1 molly, no flashes.
Meanwhile, Alu does have that off. He's going to be playing in the bathrooms with it. Forrest is going to find a kill here from the side of the stairs. Taz will trade, but we'll see if Alu can maybe get something going with this op here over towards the bathrooms. But actually, he'll start falling back to the A-bomb site, realizing that VP do have a bit of an upper hand in this area now, and he just wants to kind of get back safely to that A site to help defend against what could be the A attack, which looks like what's about to happen based on what we're seeing here as Virtus.pro just taking up the halls here as they will start pressing their way into the A-bomb site. They do catch the nade frag onto Alu, but Get Right is still going to be inside the site here. He will step out. He will find a frag with the 5-7, but Bialy trades it down to a 2v2, and there's a big flank actually coming in here from Freiburg, which could catch VP off guard here. Exist will be in the bank, playing inside the smoke, waiting for Freiburg's flank, who will be coming up the bathrooms here. Exist will get one on the snacks. Now it's just going to be up to Bialy. He kind of realizes that Freiburg's flanking now, but he has such low HP. Freiburg just looking for the peek, and he'll get it. And there you have it. Freiburg will close out the round. He'll go pick up some equipment.
Oh, we can't find a kid?
No, he's finding the op. He's got a kid.
I was like, whoa.
He's just looking for the op. Yeah.
Okay.
A little scary. If it took a little bit longer to find that op, maybe just lost the round. But
yeah, I would have just gone for the defuse almost. But yeah, had enough time to win.
So sure. It will be 11-9 NIP now as VP. As you said, their economy very fragile. Like kind of the story of really the whole series, actually, if we're honest. Just NIP winning the key rounds, and even when they lose, they do a lot of damage, forcing a lot of rebuying and just tough economy for VP all day long, really, in both these maps. And they'll just, you know, Tech 9 armor out. They do have a lot of mollies and smoke, so I mean, they're gonna go for something here. You see them throwing their mollies here on the sandbags. Freiburg gonna smoke off that Molotov, however, and nade and put himself in position to hold off this.
Yeah, and this is a 100% full buy. Exist shutting it down from the headshot, finds 2 quick kills, and finds a third as well. And now there's 1 player left alive in the smoke. That's Neo. He's in a 1-on-4. He's going to try to do damage, but Exists with a huge round, gets 4 kills. And that was a full buy out from Virtus.pro. I'm not sure what sparked it, but...
yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I guess they felt like they needed that round here and there, but and then they would have took the save there, had the same result, basically a loss, and then been able to bot fully here. But they obviously don't have that in hindsight, but still, I mean, I think it would have been the safer bet just to take the full save in the last and be able to fully buy here. And now, because of that, NIP have a great opportunity to take that 13-9 lead and be, you know, in a really, really comfortable situation to close out this map and win this series and get that W on the board and continue their undefeated season here for us over in their Season 7 Pro League. As VP once again gearing up for some type of B explosion, it seems like. But I mean, like everyone from NIP is here.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you know it's going to be an eco, you can stack as many as you want over towards V. If it's going to be an A rush, you see them early. Oh, and Exist is reloading, but ends that reload kind of early there as he gets a couple of frags, and wow, just a good cleanup from both him and Free Bears.
Free Bears?
Free Bears.
Bears? Free Bears?
I don't know how to do the G, I'm trying, but I want to be able to say it right.
Berg. It's Berg, man. No matter how you shake it, it's Berg. Freeberg or Freiburg. Either way.
Nope.
You can do it. I have faith in you. If I was able to get Alu right, then I think you can get that one right.
Yeah, I think it's a little different. That was pretty obvious and easy.
You can't pronounce a G at the end of a word? That's difficult?
It's not pronounced G. Not in Swedish, anyway.
Alright.
Ooh, good entry from Taz. Right through the smoke. And Forrest looking to do some extra damage, but Bialy makes it so that they come out with the favorable side of the trades. I feel like Virtus.pro on that force buy, the Tech 9 like full nade force buy, kind of invested in the whole game in that round. Yeah. Does that make sense? Like they were like, if we don't win this round, like we're gonna be at such a disadvantage round wise. It's gonna be so hard to come back from.
Well, they still have a shot here, though. I mean, they're in a 2 versus 3, and they had the T2 AKs. They're bringing the bomb over here to swing it over towards A. There is going to be Alu already here with the op playing over towards the double boxes inside the site, and Get Right also has rotated towards the stairs. So, I mean, this is going to be a tough take here for VP. They're going to get an even 2-on-2 battle over here, while Exist will be in a position to really quickly flank. But Alu already spotting Pasha over here at the upper park. He'll find that first frag quite easily. Neo, let's see if he can't slip in here and find Alu. He will. Get Right, though, right there at the stairs. And like I said, Exist is going to be on a pretty quick flank up the squeaky door, as Neo will actually plant for the bathroom. So this flank from Exist could turn into a huge problem, and it does, because he can't even get the plan off. And so NIP up 14-9, 1 round away from map point and match point. And VP still does not have the best money to even challenge this round from NIP.
No, not at all. I mean, Yeah, once again, VP were off to such a rough start on the T side. I mean, well, in the beginning, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they've
but
only actually
the
gotten a
first 6
single
rounds,
round,
yeah.
yeah. First rifle, and so beyond that, just haven't had much success at all. And I can see, I guess, why they did try to force up that one round, even though it was kind of economically risky. But with that in mind, they needed to put rounds on the board, or at least they felt that way, and they might have been right, as they aren't able to do it with the guns that they are trying to buy. And here aren't even playing to tie; it seems they are playing to win.
Look at Snacks and Freiburg just jumping next to each
No.
other here at the window.
Can they not
It's-
hear? They must be able to hear.
Maybe, but no one can see each other. And Taz will sneak out, but Forrest in such a great position, but he still misses the shot. Taz grabbing the entry there over on the park side. He will get fired off and forced to kind of fall back for now, but at least VP have a foothold. They have an opening pick. They have an opening man advantage, something that they have lacked many times throughout this half. Let's see if they can capitalize on it, as they are trying to work their way up. Freiburg positioning himself to possibly flank up the stairs with Bialy, kind of keying in on that, just waiting for that to happen. In the meantime, VP get a couple more entries into the A bomb site, so Get Right just stuck here all alone behind the truck, trying to spin to the smoke to stop the bomb plant from happening. Doesn't stop the plant, but does a decent amount of damage. Oh, is he going to try to sneak in here and try to find the bomb to defuse? He does, but he gets caught, and eventually VP are able to storm the front and finally get themselves around here after quite the losing streak. 4 rounds in a row, to be exact. They do finally grab one.
Yeah, so all in all, they do find a round, even off the back of not the best guns in the world. And here we'll be able to rebuy with even better ones now.
Yeah.
The rest of them have nades, and that's the main difference, I suppose. But with 4 rounds, with a 4-round differential in favor of NIP, I don't know how good they'll do. I mean, if they lose this round, their economy will be in shambles, apart from 2 players. And NIP again have won a total of 7 rounds on the CT side. I guess the majority of them not being rifles, but
once again, we're seeing Alu and Forrest play kind of this weird upper park play, and Forrest will get caught because of it there, actually. As I'm not quite sure what that play is, to be honest, but didn't quite work out. But Alu is still going to be here with the op over towards the bathrooms, and he could find the kill on the Snacks here really quick, and he will find it. But in the meantime, VP have been able to get all their kills all across the map, leaving this Alu and Exist left, and they eventually find Alu as well. So now it's going to be all Exist, who will be forced to try to make maybe a flanking play through Squeaky, but he might get cut off by Bialy, who will be playing outside B, but Exist will find that frag immediately, trying to spam Pasha preeminently, but oh man, Pasha will catch Exist reloading there. And now VP all of a sudden are climbing back into this game. They have brought the score to 11-14. They have, good guns. They're forcing Nip to save this round, and so 12-14 is at least likely at this point.
they do have that critical 2 in a row. I mean, that also puts NIP on a save. I mean, if NIP got the match point on that round, it'd definitely be over. And all of a sudden, a breath of life into Virtus.pro as they're looking a lot better economically. Snacks, even knowing that they're going to save, has bought himself a Mac 10. He's very confident that the economy of NIP is going to be destroyed. I mean, even if they were going to armor, I feel like he wouldn't have opted for the Mac 10. Fully aware of exactly how much money they have.
You're absolutely right. And Nip, trying to be aggressive on this eco round. They're just pressing a lot of players in the stairs. They even may try to come up the ladder and flank these players playing over here deep in the parks and just try to surprise VP, basically. But Bialy will be here to sniff it out with the AK. He will find one immediately. As the rest of Nip just kind of holding back now, waiting for Bialy to leave. Taz will be watching that stairs come up, and he will find himself the frag there onto Forrest. Now the rest of Nip trying to flank, but Taz and Bialy just here cutting all of this off quite easily. And so it will be VP taking that round. Now they're up to a 12-14 score, so just a couple of rounds away from tying this thing back up.
Wow.
Nip, struggling to close here at the end.
Yeah, I mean, like Taz is already up to 9K after. I mean, obviously 3 rounds in a row can do a lot for you, but if NIP loses this round, they're going to be the ones on a save all of a sudden. Two rifles in a row after having 4 rounds. After having a 4-round lead, and that's because they were able to string rounds together. But VP might be putting this to risk, going with the rush B, but the Molly is going to be so good on Exist. And,
yeah, they really are. Did a lot of damage there, forcing a lot of players out of position. Freiburg will get caught trying to play on top of those fight boxes, and Exist will only be able to find 1 frag in the mix of all this, and VP have such a dominant take here on the B-bomb site. Forrest trying to flank around. through the tunnels here, and he will be able to find one, but it's still a 2 versus 3 in VP's favor. But Forest slowly chipping away at them, and then Alu coming in as well. So it's all up to Neo, holding way down back. I think Forest has an idea here. Alu going to be coming around, so they're going to get the crossfire here on the Neo. At least one of them was going to get that frag at some point. Just great maneuvering there from Nip, and that's what they're so known for, man. That's like the one thing that Nip will go down the history books for, outside of their big like 87-0 streak and just dominating the CS:GO competition for the first like year or so. They'll also just be known for the team that no matter what, just they have such good chemistry and such good flow as a team. They work so well together in those small number of situations, especially on retakes.
Yeah.
And that's why they're just still so devastating. No matter, you can outplay them tactically, you can outskill them in some situations, but when it comes to those small, yeah, exactly. They're so good at those. They flow so well together.
I mean, and you know, the same can be said about Virtus.pro. They have their own merit in that department as well. I mean, in terms of experience, they're pretty much pound for pound just as good as NIP are. But
I think they're the longest standing roster in CS:GO now, as far as like out of all the current rosters that we have, the current 5s. I think VP is the longest standing.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Well, VP didn't exist until like a few months in to
I'm just
CS:GO,
saying
right?
of all the current teams competing right now, they've had their 5 the longest.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. Alu being the newest addition to NIP, obviously. And well, here almost into the last round, or it might be, as a couple of picks are going out, but now it's a 2v2. The bomb is down, and it's in sight, but it's also within reach of Virtus.pro. And there is one player on the site, one on the flank, and if he gets that trade, that could be the end of it. Taz now in a 1v1 with Exists with
1 HP. Yeah, I mean, this is looking pretty good for VP to be able to stay alive in this game. As, you know, let's see here. Exists 1 HP. 1 lost bonus coming in.
This is like the best angle he could hold, though. Like, I guess he knows that he's very hurt.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess it wasn't even worth saving. They're going to have to, like, basically save next round no matter what. Might as well try to go for the 1v1 and win it. And so Nip, no money to speak of. They're pretty much forced to full save, which means that VP will definitely have a really good opportunity here to at least make this like a last round game, whether it be OT or whether it be like a close margin of victory for Nip, 16-14. That's what we're kind of looking for here.
Yeah, and I mean, after those 3 rounds that they won in succession, that was Virtus.pro, they NIP kind of matched them in terms of rifle rounds. I mean, just looking at their rounds, it seemed like, okay, they must have won more rifle rounds in the half, and that's what I originally assumed. But I mean, besides a pistol and the 2 anti-ecos, I mean, they're pretty much on par with the rifles because of the amount of money Nip had to rebuy on those 3 rounds in succession. So overall, VP have looked kind of just as good as them in this on this T side, and NIP off the back of an amazing retake were able to pull it back, but right now are about to have to play at match point versus Virtus.pro.
Yeah, I mean, they were on a full save this round, so it's pretty much easy pickings for VP to press this into what is now going to be a 14-15 situation. And it will all boil down to this last round. Now, the thing is I mean, Nips still aren't going to have the best buy in the world next round even. Only $1,900 coming in next round. And yes, it'll be enough to get something going, but in reality, some sacrifices are going to have to be made. You know, probably FAMAS armor on a couple of guys. It may be one op, but it's going to be like a glass cannon. In fact, Alu will get the scout instead, and it will be a couple of FAMASs and a couple of M4s. So, I mean, VP are in a prime position to force this into overtime now.
Yeah, very good. I mean, they definitely have more equipment value, more than they want. I mean, they have everything that they need. We have people who actually didn't upgrade their pistols, which is kind of like, if I was VP's mom right now, I'd be kind of upset with them because they've got more than enough money. It's definitely the last round. They could have gotten all the Tech 9s that they wanted, but we'll see if that matters.
Ooh, that jumping scout.
Yeah, very important.
That's why this gun can be so dangerous. Like jump spotting Mirage upper B is one spot. Dust 2, there's so many spots that can be very dangerous. And I think this particular spot on Overpass also very, very dangerous. He's able to get some damage on the Neo. They get equal damage back onto Alu eventually, but Nip able to pick up Pasha, and you know, Neo's still very low. So actually Nip with the slight edge here as VP is transitioning back over towards this B bomb site exists. It's going to be playing right here on the corner, waiting for this long B attack, while Freiburg playing up close on the sandbags, and Bialy will come out. He will be peeking, pre-peeking exists, and he will get the kill there. Freiburg going to smoke off his sandbags and just kind of wait for them to run into the site. He will also receive a smoke from VP, trying to play the edge of these smokes, but there's just, it's too full. He'll just have to hope to span through and prevent the bomb plant, and so far not able to do it. He does a lot of damage, but in fact Stacks will sniff him out and get the kill instead, and this is looking like it could be OT unless Forrest clutches this thing 1v3. Now there are some very low HP players here from VP, and he will find one of them right off the bat, but I mean VP has such great positioning to hold this bomb. They can peek him and pinch him so easily whenever he taps this bomb, so this should be a round here for VP, and this should be an OT. Look, Ferris doesn't even have a kit, and if he sticks this, I mean, yeah, he just can't do it. So VP wins it, and we will be going to overtime.
Oh my goodness, we're actually going to OT after that. VP coming back on the T side. That's extremely impressive, and man, NIP unable to close out there versus that B rush that they, I guess, kind of went 50-50 on in some of those rounds where it worked or it didn't, and both teams looking fierce. But how fitting an OT match for the second map of the series between two giants in this game.
Yeah, I mean, this game has come down to be quite close. We're looking at the scoreboard here. As you can see, the frag distribution amongst both teams pretty close. And, I mean, both teams 8-7 halves. I mean, so just a really balanced game, to be honest, through and through. I mean, you'd like to think that Nip was in a good position to close this game out back when they, you know, they got 7 rounds on T side. They were at one point up like 13-8, I think it was. Yes, but they couldn't close it. I mean, VP winning 6 of the last 7 rounds to come back and put this in overtime. So
yeah,
what
it
an
was
effort.
like I think 8-11, like, and then if VP went for that like full buy with the Tech Nines, I thought they were basically resigning the game.
Yeah, I mean,
guess never count them out, but
yeah, I mean, that was true. Like, that was like really risky. They lost it. That caused it to be 13-8, and at that point, it's like you don't really have a whole lot of mistakes left you can make before Nip closes this thing out. But like I said, winning the last 6 or 7 rounds, and they were able to close it out there in the end.
yeah. So I guess wait for them to ready up here.
And we are back here to go into overtime between Nip and VP. Both teams pretty balanced halves, 8-7 halves for both teams, being able to get those 7 rounds on the T side. You know, VP made quite the comeback on the second half. They were down 13-8, and they forced it into overtime. So brilliant effort there on their T side to push it to the limit here. We are going to see Nip change things up. Alu getting so aggressive with this op inside the Parks area. And then we have Exist being boosted by Freiburg to get the opening kill over into Construction. Also some spam damage being dealt here through the wood on both parties' ends. And then Get Right has the auto sniper this round. So Nip changing things up quite a lot on the CT side compared to what we saw in regulation.
Yeah, Taz actually throwing a smoke. I don't know if you meant to right click that. That's really weird. Smokes off the boost spot, and I know with 5 players still alive, the auto sniper busted out. I think that might make a big difference. Forrest actually pushing through information, finds the bomb, and gets a flank off. Oh, everyone's just falling apart suddenly for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, I mean, that first round you're faced with the auto sniper when you haven't seen it all game, it just catches you so horribly off guard, and it can do so much damage, and Taz trying to bring it back, but just can't do it after those first 2 kills. He does finally get put out, and yeah, and they're just playing that way different. I mean, Get Right, you know, with the auto sniper, they had that aggressive boost to peek into Construction for a kill. They had Alu pressing the op all the way by himself into the fountain. So just, you know, completely different tempo. A big change of pace from NIP. I think it just caught VP completely off guard.
Yeah, will we see that bleed into the next round here, as we'll have to make an adjustment knowing that the auto sniper is on the board. And op is one thing and auto is another, and catching players crossing but not hitting the shot as Forrest, and he will see Pasha actually try to re-peek right into the same angle, assuming that Forrest fell off, and he will find another shot, and the bomb goes down.
Man, Forrest is just doing work right there, catching those 2 kills. At least VP evens it back out to a 3 versus 3, but this aggression from Nip, I mean, they've been aggressive before, but this time they're pressing way past their former limits, and now Freiburg, great flash from a teammate, able to use that to get out of the stairs and get a kill there onto Bialy. So just some great teamwork there, these small number of situations from Nip once again. As it is just going to be Neo and Snacks left, trying to see if they can't find themselves into the A bomb site, despite all the challenges that they have faced this round and this OT in general so far.
That was such a beautiful flash, like from the site so that someone could peek up the stairs, and it just worked.
It was crazy.
It's like the reason they won this round. Unless Neo was able to clutch 1v2, and Freiburg is very low, so I don't want to call it too early or just straight up jinx it.
Yeah, it's definitely possible here. I mean, he's going to try to plant on the yellow boxes and get right with his come around the edge of the smoke, but Neo almost recovering for the kill, but not quite. And so Nip, flawless so far here in overtime on the CT side. Like I said, this change of pace, this really changing equipment as well. VP just not able to counter it heavy enough.
Yeah. And I mean, if Bialy got that kill on stairs, 2v2, who knows? Like those, and these CT rounds are ever crucial. NIP are suddenly, it just looks like it. You know, once they added that auto sniper, picked up that op, it just had enough money to really buy what they wanted. They were able to win. And so maybe if they had double saved in regulation, it could have all been different. But it's a little bit too late to talk about that. As Forrest is once again pushed up here, and he is so good at these angles that are very difficult for most people. And situations you don't want to put yourself in, but you can catch people off guard. And so he is going to try to find a fight here, but Bialy hits that entry no problem.
Yeah, I mean, so great start here for VP. They get the opening pick, find a second one as well as they do catch Alu there in the bathrooms. They will start storming out of A. Exist tries to come up, but at an awkward timing, they were already inside the site, so he was a bit too quick. And now it's like Nip is falling apart, just sending one body at a time at VP, and they're just making Nip pay for it. Maybe Nip maybe jumping the gun. A few of their players may be peeking a bit too quickly without some help from their teammates to retake properly that time around, and it will be VP who close it out in that half, at least getting 1 round on the board, as it is 17-16, and of course the magic number being 19. That is the rounds that you need to put this away. So basically VP has to win out to win this in this first OT. Nip needs 2 or just 1 to at least force a second overtime.
You know, NIP definitely got the 2 rounds they need. CT or T rounds seem easy enough to come by, but at the same time, I'm not sure whose half looks stronger on the T side, since it was even both ways. Yeah,
I mean, in regulation, it was definitely even both ways, but I mean, Nip just kind of came out the gates on that CT style with this, you know, pressing that op so aggressive into the fountain 2 rounds in a row and doing a lot of damage with it. I mean, Get Right was able to do a lot of damage with that auto sniper as well, something that VP didn't have to worry about in regulation, as it was never brought out at that time. And I mean, yeah, so Nip definitely, you know, gets the edge here so far. But now let's see what they can do on the T side.
So we get right into it. Will we see Virtus.pro employ an auto sniper of their own? Will they opt to? I mean, I think we'll certainly see an op in the heads of Pasha. Yeah, and he will pick one up. But
Pasha hasn't had the best game. 13 and 22 right now.
No, he didn't. He had like eight frags first half or something.
And he was doing pretty solid on the Cash GT side for a while there, though Nip did wind up winning that map. But yeah, he's definitely not been as sharp as you'd like him to be. Maybe those gains not on today.
Yeah, Alu also didn't have the best map on Cash, but has picked it up this time around. And Bialy getting the entry on T side, getting the opening pick on CT, and yeah, what a flash. Does get traded out, but already it's 2 players live for NIP in their first T round of OT.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking really good for VP to close the gap and make it 17-17, where it's a race for both teams to get 2 rounds to win it, or the 1-1 split for a second overtime is also a big possibility here in this MR3 10K setup. As it's just all up to Forrest, 1v4, the man versus the mountain, or the man versus the plow, I guess you could say. And he won't be able to do it there. 17 all. As we go into the next round of OT, waiting to see who will be our victor, or will we be getting a second overtime? That's the question.
Yeah, if NIP were able to win that round and then this round in succession, you would say it was all locked up. Well, it definitely would have been. But if NIP are able to win this round, it won't do too much damage to VP's economies, whereas NIP are will have their economy destroyed if they're unable to win at least one of these T rounds. But again, we're only able to win the T rounds early in the half, and then Virtus.pro figured them out quite quickly. So here we are opening up with an opening pick just as I say that. And Snacks is getting pushed off of bathrooms into long. Luckily for him, he does not spot anyone there. And they will have complete control of A.
Yeah, so they're VP's trying to fall back here from the upper park to the A bomb site, and Alu trying to catch these rotations back. He is able to do some damage there to Pasha. Not going to find the frag, but I mean, Nip are looking okay in this round. They have an opening pick. They have Pasha down low. They just need to, you know, keep working these picks, and they could find themselves with the victory, and then they would be at map point and match point if they can close out this round here. Pasha just trying to stay in the site with the op. Taz jump spotting construction, not going to spot anything, which basically is going to alert him to just go ahead and rotate to help out for what should be a big A push. And this could be that smoke setup we saw Nip use early on in the first half, or this could be actually a fake. They're smoking off A, but they could be really thinking about transitioning back over here to B, which is exactly what seems to be the case. See Exist and company working their way up long B and up to sandbags. Bialy playing behind these sight boxes, has that headshot angle, but gets caught by Forrest. And so the bomb is going to get planted here. Smokes up, not allowing Pasha any type of peek into the site. He's trying to work himself into the pit to see if he can't spot someone out here. He's all alone with Snacks in a 2 versus 3, just looking to see what he can be given, and he finds Freiberg on the side of the pillar. He evens it up to now a 2 versus 2. He's looking for a long B pick, but he won't check behind him. And he will get caught because of it by Get Right, and then Exist comes up the sandbags and closes out the round. And there you have it. NIP going to go ahead and make this thing 18-17. They are 1 round away from victory, but VP still have a pretty good bank, and they still could force a second overtime with the victory here in this round.
Yeah, this is almost certainly anyone's game at this point. NIP could win this round. VP could just as easily win it as well. This time, they will be opting to have no ops. I think they did have that option, Bialy, with at least 3K in his hands right now. Taz and Snacks not picking up head armor, because I guess they can't afford it, and with early aggression out to A, Taz taking control of water, he will be given that, but gets flashed and falls off. It's not punished by any means. Map control is kind of even right now, as nobody's pushed up aggressively. Taz does find his way into water, though, and Freiberg is going to be in the stairs.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, VP not pressed up aggressively A. They're playing back inside the site, so they've conceded a lot of control, though Nip hasn't necessarily bit on it yet and taken it. They're still kind of sitting pretty far back themselves here. Like 3 of their players are still towards the stairs, but Get Right soloing up long B is going to get suffered a frag from Bialy. Taz playing this corner. Exist finally able to get the kill. He took a lot of damage in the process, so an even 4-on-4. This does still favor the terrorist side situations like these, as that bomb will be recollected by Exist over here, and it looks like he will be bringing it back over towards A, where Nip did spot 1 player inside the site a little bit earlier, and we see Alu lining up a smoke here from the upper park. I'm not sure where that's going to go, but it seems like they want to do a smoke setup on the A site.
Yeah, they're going to try to plant in front of the box, it looks like. That smoke plant might land side of short here. And there are a couple people here to defend, so getting that bomb down will be the first issue for them. Forrest actually spots one at the truck and doesn't get punished for crossing.
Yeah, Snacks is going to be here, but he will find the kill on the Forest eventually. So now 3v4, but Nip is going to get that bomb planted towards the bathroom, so he'll be able to back off and play the post plant from that safe positioning. Meanwhile, Alu staying right here on the truck, waiting for people to cross to the site, but he's losing those battles. Pasha with 2 big kills, and then all of a sudden, it's all over, and then we're going into a second overtime. That was just so quick, those frags from Pasha, making it 18-18. Now VP will get to start CT side first of the second overtime.
Wow, wow, wow. What a match right now. It's finished OT, split 2-1. Teams winning more of the later CT rounds now, which I guess makes sense once you're adapting to the way that teams are playing their T side, that the playbook runs thin, and just straight up sight holds become easier to do as you become more accustomed to the flashes and the patterns of teams on the T side. But we'll have to go head to head once again in another OT here.
Indeed they will, as we're just waiting for 1 player to ready up, and then we'll get back into this thing now. Of course, the new magic number is 22. to win here. 21-21 split means a third overtime. Still MR3, 10K starting money, 3 rounds per side. And that's what we're working with here.
Absolutely.
What a game, man. I mean, we really thought Nip was going to have it when they had that 13-8 lead, but VP made the comeback, forced a first overtime. We saw both teams being able to get a couple of rounds on the CT side, only 1 round for their T side, which was kind of a trend towards regulation, really. You know, both teams being able to get slightly better results on the CT than T. And now we're at 18-18, second OT, Snacks and Pasha going for that boost again that we see, the kind of watch stairs crossing and to catch people pushing into the bathroom. So this is a play we saw them do several times early in the first half on their CT side.
Yeah. Oh, again, we got this boost that we saw early on from VP. I think that actually signified when they were starting to win around. What a shot from Neo.
Jesus, man. That was insane. That's the first time I've seen Neo with an op this game. In fact, they're favoring it to Neo instead of Pasha, so kind of changing it up there. And that was a big shot from Neo. Just catching Get Right completely off guard. That was pretty insane. And that's going to, you know, of course, start Nip on the back foot here. Neo finding a second frag on the Forest. And so, I mean, VP putting all the stops in here, changing things up a bit with Neo just playing it differently at Long B with that op instead of the rifle from the past. Bialy also finding one, and now he might have a chance for like kind of a close. Oh, they're running into each other. They're wondering, hey, why can't I move forward anymore? And Freiburg will find the headshot at the end of the day, but it's still a tough 2 versus 4, but Exist makes it a bit easier as he catches that flank with a quick flick on the Pasha at the stairs. And so we do have now the 2 versus 3 setup here. Freiburg now in a 1v2, wasn't a 1v3, now a 1v1, and Freiburg could get the quad kill and single-handedly steal this round for NIP after Neo and company gave VP such a great start. As we just have 15 seconds left on the clock here, Freiburg edging his way into the side. Snacks just playing real passive here. He will step out now that Freiburg's planning. He'll just creep his way up. Freiburg jumps up. He gets caught by Snacks immediately, and so VP will shut out the round now, 19-18 to start. He'll go pick up the op from Neo first, and then he'll finish the defuse. And there you have it, VP kicking it off with a round on the CT side.
That was tight. And it almost, I mean, it was supposed to be a much uglier round, obviously. Neo got 2 very important frags, and Freiburg came back to kill 3 out of 4 people. And that was a 1v3 or a 1v4. Pretty insane stuff.
Yeah.
Very tough to win that against.
If he doesn't
Snacks,
if he doesn't just jump up there immediately like that, that was kind of weird. Like, you're so exposed when you do that. He could have just maybe worked something else and had a better chance, but.
I guess. I mean, you either go around the left side of the box, and someone's most likely holding an angle on you if they're walking up, or you go around the right side and don't know as to how many angles you're exposing yourself to if someone's just sitting upper.
It's one of those things.
The box, and you force them to flick.
It's one of those things where, like, unlike 1v2s or 1v3s, or like if you're the team with the man advantage, there's like kind of set formulas you can play. And 1v1s, it's like all up in the air. When you're by yourself in a 1vx, like, there's almost no wrong option in many cases. You just have to try to make a play, because that's all you can do in a situation like that where you're at such a disadvantage. As once again, we do have that Snacks Pasha boost, but look at Freiburg sniffing it out. He gets the kill, and now he knows that Pasha's still in the area, so he's going to be trying to flash his way through the smoke and see if he can't get the kill. But Pasha somehow slips by him in the smoke, but Freiburg still gets him, and that was Freiburg coming up big with a couple of, you know, huge entries there, as now they're going to start trying to pour into the A bomb site. Neo will be here with the op, but he's going to get smoked out. But Taz will be at the truck, no smoke blocking his vision. He'll be able to find himself a frag. Force quick to trade. And now Nips is storming the A-bomb site. They have a 4-on-1. They should lock up this round, no problem now. And so it will be 19-19. And, I mean, it seems like neither team can have a complete shutout CT side, but it seems like neither team can also find that more than 1 T round they need to close out the game.
Yeah. Did we see two CT rounds won by Nip? No, they're split 1-1 right now. In this half, so it's possible that we do see that change. But
yeah, last OT, both teams won 2 CT rounds, 1 T round.
Yeah.
So it's gonna. I think it's gonna be up to who can get that second T round. Honestly.
Wow, Pasha actually getting a scout.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when you're on CT side in OT with 10K, you theoretically still can be at times forced to not have like a full buy in the final round of the OT half.
Well, if you lose, that's like usually if you like. Well, it'd be a lot worse if you lose both. Yeah. So I guess it's kind of just a half up if
Well,
you
it came down to a
lose
1v1 in that round they won, right? When Bialy won that 1v1 against Freiburg, so they still had to like do a lot of rebuying. Yeah,
Very true.
It was almost like losing twice because you had to rebuy like the same way.
And so this is going to be NIP's best chance to just close out the game if they're able to seal up the second T round, as both teams look a lot more figured out on the CT side, and Forrest peeks out from the opposite side. I think that was expected. Freeberg finds a kill for himself as well, and now there are only 3 players stranded from Virtus.pro, 2 at A outside the bathrooms, and 1 pushed up on Cat, kind of avoiding NIP here in a weird way, but at the same time, with no bomb spotted and no information on any of the 5 players, it's going to be tough to win. Or will it? Or will it?
Oh my goodness. Neo bringing it back right now. It's just all up to get right. The bomb is down, way out of position for him to be able to do anything with it. And I can't believe Neo just brought that back, man. That hat trick. I mean, I thought Nip was surely in control to get themselves a second T round this particular OT half and maybe start moving towards closing this game out if they could have done so. Now Get Right will have to be the hero right back in the 1 versus 3. He's able to get 1. He has the bomb. He grabs himself a second Molotov there on the stairwell. He's, you know, working his way through Squeaky Door back to the B bomb site. Now, there is no one here. Pasha is starting to make his way towards the window. Actually, he steps out to lower with Bialy instead, and he'll find the frag. And so it still winds up being a situation where it goes 2-1 split, 2 for the CTs, 1 for T.
Oh my god, what an insane 3v5 situation. Neo gets 3 kills. Bialy finds his trades as well. That was unreal, like, shooting. Like, came down to the last bullet on the 3rd kill too. I mean, who better than Neo to pull that out when it matters? And Virtus.pro do seal up a round that they desperately needed to win, and now it's looking just as even as ever. Another 2-1 CT half in OT.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, who can actually get that second T round is the key, because it seems like neither team can completely shut out a CT half. And I mean, I thought Nip was going to be the one to do it. They were in such a great position to do so in that last round, but then Neo just comes right back at him with that hat trick, and those 3 kills change everything. It's completely turned around over on top of itself.
Nuts.
Indeed nuts. We're just waiting for 2 more players to ready up so we can get live with this second half of second OT. And we will see, can VP close this thing out with a couple of rounds on the T side. Will Nip do it with a 3-0 from their CT, or will we see a 3rd overtime? There's all the options available out there.
Do you feel like this is going to be like a 36 OT match?
I don't know, man.
I feel like we're about to set a record.
I don't know. I remember, God, what was it? There was some game that Nip played at PGL, like the CCS kickoff LAN. It was a Dust 2 game. And I think they won it like 36-33 against like Envious or something like that. Wow. It was like a really, really crazy long game. And I'm sure there have been longer than that as well. Yeah. But that's just the longest game in recent memory I have. I
think the longest match I've casted was 4 OTs. Oh, Forrest comes out with a pick that Taz instantly trains back, and once again, as you mentioned, is going to favor the terrorists as they're going to be able to force rotations, but Taz is super low himself, and so that might go both ways. Alu has an off control of bathrooms, and that's one thing that's going to benefit NIP here, is that they can kind of leave him to find a pick, get lots of information, and always being kind of a safe spot. Oh.
Yeah, Get Right just jump spot in the long upper park here, and he will actually now step out with the M4. He does spot that player boosted there. Now he just kind of use a pop like this right-handed flash on the edge of the smoke, and he'll get the frag on the Pasha because of that play just alone. That was insane. As VP now on a huge disadvantage here, just trying to attack this A-bomb site in a 2 versus 4. They know Get Right's on this close left angle. Neo will go to clear him out, but the problem is Alu is right here to trade as soon as he dedicates himself to this frag. And in fact, Alu will just save him from being killed, and that's just great teamwork there from Nip. And now it's 20-20, and I mean, Nip has to win out.
I don't think they expected Get Right to re-peek that or flash and then peek. I mean, I thought he tossed that flash, he was just gonna fall off. Yeah. And once he saw that head, just wished he didn't even throw that flash, and he turns out he was gonna peek with it. It was great.
Oh yeah, I mean you're absolutely right. There's no way VP expected that, and he was able to get a kill off of it and just hide in that corner and bait someone else in for Alu to get the final frag. And so that was definitely wound up being like a big factor in Nip being able to capitalize and close out that round. And so now, like I said, 20-20. Nip looking the closest thing out. I think win the next 2 rounds in a row. Forrest able to find Taz to kick things off. Snacks, though, with the immediate trade. Freiberg will now re-peek up the sandbags. He'll find himself a frag. Alu waiting at the squeaky door to kind of crossfire here with Freiberg. In the construction, he will get taken down by Bialy, however. Smoke goes up, Bialy playing the edge of it. Will try to attack into Freiberg, but loses it. And so now it's a 3 versus 2. But Get Right and company pushes along. They're able to catch Pasha, and that leaves Neo all alone here, 1v3. As he will just be trying to sit over here in the squeaky door. He's looking to maybe flash out the window and use that to try to get out. It will actually blind Freiberg, but he still gets stuck up against the wall and can't get out there. Now he's trying to throw some more nades to clear himself out, but the jump peeking from Get Right will get him down, and now Nip at map point and match point if they can actually win this one here. Otherwise, we're going into triple overtime. But, I mean, VP, you know, tough on cash right now.
Yeah, this is, I mean, you lose 2 rounds on the CT, like, you're dead broke because of how much money you spend on the T side. You can just buy, like, super light. I mean, Pasha's actually going Glass Cannon Scout here into this maybe last round of OT. I mean, it's going to be hard to win. They do have AKs. They're going to have to hit their shots. NIP, if they play passively, will probably even have a better chance to win than if they don't, because getting in the site's going to be the difficult part for VP. But if they give a picks early, pushed up at A, that's going to be a huge advantage for them. And
looks like they're going to try to just explode on this lower park here. Alu is going to be playing with the op inside bathrooms. He has Forrest, who played aggressive stairs, who can fall back and help him. Eventually, they try to boost, and they do catch the kill on the Alu. Big kill there. But like I said, Forrest is on that fallback. He can kind of fall back up the stairs, try to flank these players in a bit. But they're going to be aware of it. Get Right to solo playing the A-bombs right now. He's about to get pinched from upper park by 2 players and from the bathrooms. He's got to be so careful. That's how he gets the bomb down temporarily, however. But Neo gets the immediate trade. Forrest still on this huge flank, and he's making it even bigger. He's trying to come all the way around upper park. All the way around, trying to bypass Taz, who was waiting for this. But oh my goodness, the scout headshot from Pasha. Oh man, and it's looking like it's ever so likely that we will in fact see a triple OT unless Freiberg and Exist go absolutely nutty here, as Freiberg's trying to get himself into the site, but he just can't. Bialy cuts him off, and so it's all up to Exist 1 versus 4. Able to get the kill on the Taz now, 1v3, but Bialy shaves the head off there, and now it's 21-21. We're going to triple overtime, man.
oh my God, that's unbelievable. That shot from Pasha.
Cutting off that flank from Forrest was so big there, man. Like, this is just an insane game.
Jesus, another OT, and man, it 2 and halves, two 2.5 once again. VP doing it on very little money, and even coming up with like a new boost, I think, to catch NIP off guard, where Snacks just boosted over that area in front of balloons and caught Alu out with the op, and that's how they made the round work for them, and just made it happen from there. And as this goes on and on, I mean, everyone's gonna have to be as creative as possible, but it's gonna be tight all the way through. And yeah, it's just the ratio in the OT. It's hard to say exactly who's coming out ahead, because or who's playing better. It's like each team is having lucky rounds and lucky moments in those rounds, and the rest of the time they're just playing perfect, and it's just insane back and forth. But opening up with a nade kill is Exist.
Yeah, I mean, Nip now shifting over to the CT side. Like I said, they had no problem getting like those 2 or so rounds here on the CT side. But it's about being able to get the 3-0 shutout and being able to close the game that way. As Alu will get aggressive here at the park. He finds himself 1 kill. He is going to miss on the second shot. Those Snacks just barreling through with 2 quick headshots. And that means that VP is going to open up this A-bomb site. They have themselves a post-plant 3v3 coming on here. Snacks looking for more. They're using the gap in the smoke to find Freiberg, and just Snacks going absolutely bonkers this particular round. And that could be like the one play that VP needs to edge their way out. But it's still going to be Snacks, and now a 1 versus 2. He's going to be forced to ace to win that round. He just couldn't do it. And so Nip will close it out here and win themselves a round. And they're going to make it up to 22. So they need 25 now to win.
Yeah. And you know, this is what we see: NIP getting picks across the board, and then one player from Virtus.pro just finding 2 instantly or 3 instantly, as Snacks just did, and opening up the round. They get the bomb down. that will be important for their economy if they manage to lose this one as well. NIP, I mean, as you say, are probably going to have to just win out CT side in order to come away with a win here, because it's going to be too difficult to come away with 2 T rounds, it seems. And whenever someone does win a T round, it's off the back of a hero play.
Yeah, Snacks almost made one right there with like some crazy frags to get into the A bomb site, but he was going to be forced to ace the clutch at the 1v2 to close it out, and he just couldn't do it. Can't blame the guy. It's only human. As we are going to see VP now trying to make their way into the B bomb site. They do get the entry onto Exist, being able to use those Molotovs to flush out Exist from behind the barrels. And they are going to get this plant now on the B-bomb site, and they do have the 4 players left, so they do have that man advantage here to try to hold off this retake from Nip. As Forrest, you know, kind of thinking things through here. Get right, jump peeking from the pit, gonna spot one. Some flashes coming in. Nip gonna use these flashes to start pouring out into the site here. Forrest actually gonna get on the defuse, but he's gonna get caught there. But Alu with the out from window grabs another kill. He's gonna be able to smoke that bomb to allow Get Right to try to attempt the defuse yet again. Ali with another frag, just covering Get Right as best as he can here. But, I mean, eventually Get Right does fall. Alu gets all the frags, but just runs out of time.
Wow, and another very close round. Virtus.pro managed to win that round. They were able to get their entry for free. Existed some damage, but couldn't close it out. And they were able to win it at B. I mean, I can't even say one side is easier to take at this point. It's both are very difficult, and once in a while we see a round 1, but both these teams fighting strong to get just a single round, any round they can get on T side, and if they get 2, that could be it. I mean, we're looking at NIP to get 3 because they already got 1 in their OT, while VP are looking to just get 2 on their T side, and that would be the same advantage in their favor. NIP, oh, Forrest, oh, actually gets a dink off on Snacks, but cannot finish the kill, and this time it will be an opening kill for VP.
Yeah, I mean, this is big. VP might finally be the team to break the game open and actually get themselves a couple of rounds on the T side of an overtime, and that could be just enough to finally edge out ahead of Nip and close out this game. But Nip coming right back into this round. They break into a 4-on-4. Freiburg looking to press the tunnels, trying to catch Bialy, but Bialy will be on top of things. Finds 2, in fact, on that side of the map, and that means Nip doesn't really have much to work with here to defend, as VP are going to start making their way into B, and they're going to get this bomb plant for sure. Get Right trying to rotate around. He's going to run into Bialy, who does have pretty low HP here in the corner. Aldu going to meet up with Get Right. They're going to try to press out together, and they have everyone down really low on VP's side, actually, because all these nades. And there's still definitely an opportunity here, but that fire will slow down the retake a bit longer. Alu, though, steps out and finds Bialy on the edge of that fire. Now it's a 2 versus 2 retake coming in here. Taz and Snacks playing inside the pit, but both very, very low. And they are going to sniff out Taz immediately, and Get Right going to find another. And oh my goodness, this Nip, the master of these small number situations like that, are going to be able to get the retake, and they still get the 2 rounds on CT side anyway.
Wow, if Alu didn't take that peek out, and if Bialy wasn't peeked himself, that kill wouldn't have happened. I doubt that retake would have been possible. And now we have the second half of this OOT, and I'm losing track, but I think NIP were able to get 2 rounds there. Very close ones on the CT side, whereas Virtus.pro were able to get, were almost able to get 2 for themselves. And oh my goodness, my little heart can't take this.
Yeah, I mean, is it Nip going to be the one that can get 2 T rounds and close this game out? Or is it going to be another, like, 2-1 split, another overtime on our hands? I mean, who knows at this point? It's like everything's out the window now. It's just all about who has the nerve, who has the composure to close this thing out.
Yeah, I feel like as as OT rounds, as we go deeper and deeper into OT, it becomes more and more about just who's going to get that entry. Pretty much know every spot that this team is possibly going to stand on the map. But will someone be caught off guard, or will someone walk right into your angle, get the entry? And you know, we see these trades go back and forth pretty much every single time, and that's represented in the round score. NIP now just 1 round ahead, but will have the harder side to close out this game on.
We'll see if they can do it here. Taz is going to get aggressive here on the stairs, and this is a spot that we saw Forrest trying to play in the last couple of rounds in the last half, and he did get caught for it. Freiberg will be the one marching up here with the pop flash from Exist to try to chase in here. Taz just holding firm, holding discipline, but Freiberg will still grab the headshot. Takes a lot of damage in the process, but he does get the entry frag, and that's all that matters here. It does give his team the early advantage. Meanwhile, we do have Snacks, who pressed all the way up Upper Park. He's looking to get aggressive here inside the playground. See if he can't catch somebody. Could catch Alu as Freiberg and Thank God Freiberg didn't take a step forward because he would have been dead. He killed himself.
Oh, they're going to see that smoke too, and that's going to alarm them. Pasha is asserting that they have upper A control, and this is going to make it scary to go into B, but they do still have the man advantage.
This is their only option, and Snacks has the flank though too. So I mean, even though VP's at a man disadvantage, they're actually in decent positioning here to still be able to hold off this. They have everyone here at B, but wow, Alu just taking the dome off of Viali. Just made him do some somersaults, man. He might be going to the gymnastics next Olympics, but I mean, it's going to be VP though, still holding firm. They still have these two players up in this 2 versus 3. Neo knows forces up on this corner. He's going to go attack into him here, and he will find the frag. So now at 2 versus 2, the bomb is down, and Nipper just trying to play it as smart as they can. Neo and company looking for some peaks here. They will catch Freiberg. Now it's all that Exist playing behind the sandbags. The defuse will be started by Pasha, but he'll get killed. And now Exist is playing these sandbags as best as he can. Neo knows exactly where Exist is. He's going to tap the bomb. He's trying to force peaks out of Exist, but Exist just too patient. He's going to burn the clock down, and now it just doesn't matter. Does he?
No, he doesn't have it. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, good job there by Exist. Just, being so patient. And now Nip just need one more round.
One more round, and VP do have money. I mean,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're buying everything. It's again,
and we've seen time and time again that these OT has go to these 2-1 scores in favor of CT. So VP not out of it.
No, they aren't. Not at all. I mean, it's again easier for them to win. Neo again is going to pick up that op, and he was been so great with it. Oh, Snacks get punished early. Those nades just telegraphed his position perfectly. And Pasha's going to be out here taking a fight, but trades 1 for 1 in favor of NIP. Neo going to be holding down this long B. Will he find a pick?
So Snacks kind of gambling on that aggressive push towards the party area, but he's going to get caught, as you said. Then also the Upper Park player got caught as well. So it's now just, a 4v3 in favor of NIP, and they thrive in situations like these, and all terrorist teams should. I mean, you have the man advantage, and now they're just kind of spread out. Neo, though, with the op peeking long P, he might have a chance to grab Get right here, who's holding the angle, pulls out his smoke right at the wrong time. So unfortunate there, as the bomb will be recollected here by Nip. Now just a 3 versus 3. Still, favors the terrorist side just a bit when you're in an even situation like this. So
he has gone out for so long, and then just for that one moment.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate.
This is a game of timing, but here is the long control coming out. They're making noise though. Taz, will he get away with this position?
He definitely could, unless Exist slides over to the right spot to the barrel, but he steps out and he will grab the kill. Takes a lot of damage. He will get traded by Freiberg, but still an even 2 versus 2 here. And this could be it. This could be Nick closing it out. It's Force will find Bialy inside the site, so it's all up to Neo. If he wants to try to force this, a bit further and maybe try for his chance at a 4th overtime, he needs to clutch this 1 versus 2. There's one low inside the site with an op. The health doesn't really matter at this point. He just got to find the kills, but he will collect the M4, and now that health is going to come into effect here from Freiberg if he can find him out, and he does. And so now it's a 1v2, Forrest versus Neo. The bomb definitely planted for Forrest, just playing over here towards the bathrooms, and he'll have a great headshot angle, and he'll find it on the Neo. And there you have it, 25-22. What a close game. What a series. Man, oh man. What a game. What a game.
That did not just feel like 2 maps. Not at all.
It felt like a marathon, right? Yeah. I mean, that was definitely a longer game there. But we definitely appreciate all of you for tuning in, folks. We hope you enjoyed yourselves. It was quite the game. Definitely, if you enjoyed yourselves, please do follow us up here on mlg.tv/playcevo. As in fact, in about an hour, we will have a couple of NA matches going on tonight, so you'll want to catch those. And of course, we'll be back with EU stuff tomorrow. On Thursday, we are going to have some good games for you. We got Publicer taking on Existence, and then Titan versus Property. And like I said, on the NA side of things tonight, we are going to have VVV taking on Elevate and Luminosity taking on Lunatic. And like I said, it starts in about an hour. So definitely follow up and catch some more of the Season 7 Pro League here from MLG and CEVO. Other than that, like I said, you can give us a follow on Twitter if you don't mind, as we do produce some of our own content individually between me and Launders. So just check out Launders over at CS Boxer. And you can check me out over at Dust Moret. Those Twitter handles are on screen to make it a bit easier for you as well to find us. We definitely would appreciate your support as we're both doing this full time. Me and Launders are now, between like streaming and making content on YouTube and commentating the esports and the media side of things is our jobs and careers right now. So we would definitely appreciate your support as we try to make our dreams come true and follow our passion. So other than that, thanks a lot for tuning in. Shout out also to Kevin and Alex for the production and camera work, and have a good one. See you in about an hour for some NA games.
Yeah, take care.